Welcome to the Behind the Lens series. In this video, we'll be looking at the Fujinon Cabrio 20-120, the newest addition to Fuji's premier line of high-quality lenses. The Cabrio 20-120 is a great addition to the Cabrio series of lenses for a fraction of the cost. Many of the lens characteristics are similar to other Cabrios, like the 19-90 that we also tested in this series, but there are some differences as well. The 20-120 is a PL mount lens that covers Super 35 sensors with a constant T 3.5 aperture. The zoom range will cover you in nearly all shooting situations without having to switch lenses. The build quality is exceptional, and it's the same as you would expect from the more expensive 19-90. In fact, a lot of this is going to sound pretty similar. The 20-120 comes with a servo grip that gives you a zoom rocker, start-stop, auto iris capabilities, as well as ports for plugging in external focus and zoom controllers. You can also switch all of this off and just use it as a manual lens as well. You can also buy the lens without the servo grip, and that'll save you a bit of money. The 20-120 is a heavy lens, weighing heavier than the 19-90. It weighs 6.4 pounds with the servo grip, which is the same weight as the Canon 17-120 for perspective. But even though it's heavy, I find that the shape and the build of the lens makes it comfortable and easy to balance, so you can get really nice, smooth shots. The focus ring has 200 degrees of rotation, again the same as the 19-90, and to me 200 degrees is the perfect amount on a lens. The 20-120 is a very sharp lens, even wide open. While it's not quite as sharp as the 19-90, it still holds up really well when intercut with the other lens. The color of this lens is again identical to the 19-90. Overall, the color is pretty neutral, with a slight shift towards green in the skin tones. And what this actually does is give a little bit cooler look to the image. The 20-120 has slightly less contrast than its counterpart, but still not overly low contrast. The 20-120 does breathe, both at 35mm and at 50mm, but surprisingly not nearly as much as its counterpart. You can see examples of this in the interview frame, as well as in the pool table scene. Unfortunately, the minimum focus of this lens is pretty bad at 3.7 feet. It's almost a foot deeper than any other lens of this test. So what that means is you have to keep a little bit more distance between yourself and your subject, which is unfortunate given 20mm is its widest. The lens flares are pretty subtle. There's a nice starring glow around the light itself, but in the wide there's only a few conical elements at the extreme ends of the flare trail. At the tight end of the lens, the flare is much more cinematic, with more color, like purples, greens, and blues, but the flare dissipates quite a bit faster than the 19-90. The Fujinon Cabrio 20-120 is a great all-around documentary lens that gives you a cinematic look for a fraction of the cost of comparable lenses. The build quality is solid, but it is heavy at 6.4 pounds. The addition of the servo grip makes it a great choice for documentary work. The focus ring has 200 degrees of rotation, which in my opinion is the perfect amount. The lens is very sharp across all T-stops. The color is soft and neutral with reduced contrast. The lens does breathe at all focal lengths, but nothing significant. The minimum focus does leave something to be desired at 3.7 feet. The lens flares are subtle across all focal lengths, but at the tight end it is more colorful. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the companion blog post, where you have not only deeper information about this lens test, but also sample videos as well. Thanks so much for watching the Behind the Lens series, and be sure to check out all the other videos.